Welcome back, students. Welcome to my YouTube channel, your digital classroom, where you will get the necessary help for your total English, text, grammar, writing and spoken English all in one. Today I am here with the third part of this lesson series, joining of sentences from the 20 Years ICSE Questions. Hope you have enjoyed the last two parts, part 1 and part 2. This one also will give you much practice and pleasure, I can assure you. Now come to the point. You know what to do here. I will give you the questions in separate sets. Copy these questions in your copybook and pause the video. Then do the works yourself. When the works are done, resume the video and check your answers with my answers and discussions. If you have any problem, use the comment box of the video to contact me. So our present topic is joining of sentences. Solve plus explanation. Practice and learn part 3. ICSE questions of the years 2012, 2013 and 2014. Now see the first set. This is the ICSE question of 2012. Join the following sentences into one complete sentence without using and, but or so. Okay, now see the first question. Question number 1. He lived in the city for many years. He lived in the city for many years. He could not find his way out. He could not find his way out. Question number 2. She complained that her brother did not know anything. That her brother did not know anything. Her brother claimed he knew everything. He knew everything. Now the third question. The coffee isn't strong. The coffee isn't strong. It won't keep us awake. It won't keep us awake. And the last question of this year. I finished my homework. I finished my homework. I switched on the TV. I switched on the TV. Now pause the video and do your works. Now come to the answer. ICSE question 2012 answers. But you know how to do the works. You have to do the works on two levels. First, the logical level or intellectual level you have learnt, and second, the mechanical level. In the logical level, you have to find out the underlying relation between the given sentences. You have to see how they are interrelated. You have to find out the relation like cause effect, time action, cause adverse effect, etc. Once the relation is established, your work on the mechanical level will start. You have to find out now which conjunctions you can use to join those sentences. For this part, you must learn the conjunctions and their classifications well. You have to keep a few conjunctions in your head always. That is another part, and I'll try to make one video on this soon. Now see the answer. The first question. He lived in the city for many years. He could not find his way out. Look well and you will find out the relation. Here the relation is contrastive relation or adverse relation. He lived in the city for many years. So it was natural for him to find his way out, but he could not. This is unnatural. This is adverse, contrast. And when the relation is adversative or contrastive, you can use although or though. You can use also yet, still, nevertheless. You know it very well. So now see the first answer. Although or though he lived in this city for many years, he could not find his way out. Okay, although he lived in this city for many years, he could not find his way out. This is a complex sentence. And now see the other alternative. He lived in this city for many years, semicolon, yet, or still, or nevertheless, he could not find his way out. So you can write this answer. Although or though he lived in this city for many years, he could not find his way out. Or you can write this one. He lived in this city for many years, yet or still or nevertheless, he could not find his way out. Okay, now see the second question. She claimed that her brother did not know anything. He claimed he knew everything. See the relation. Look at the sentences and you will find out the relation. The relation is simultaneous action. The same claim. She is doing something and he is doing something on the same time. When you get this type of simultaneous action, use while or whereas you have learnt. And see the answer. She complained that her brother did not know anything, whereas he claimed that he knew everything. He claimed that he knew everything. This is the answer. She complained that her brother did not know anything, whereas he claimed that he knew everything. You can use this, that, or you cannot use it if you like. Okay, so these are the two answers. Now see the third question. The coffee isn't strong. It won't keep us awake. The coffee isn't strong. It won't keep us awake. See the relation. This is cause-effect relation. It won't keep us awake. This is the effect. And the cause is what? The coffee isn't strong. So combine these two sentences this way as the coffee isn't strong, it won't keep us awake. As the coffee isn't strong, it won't keep us awake. Okay, this is the answer. And now go to the next question. I finished my homework. I switched on the TV. See the relation. What is the relation? Relation is the time action relation. One is work, another one is time. I finished the work. I switched on the TV. When I switched on the TV, I finished the work after that. So one is action, other one is time. See the answer. I switched on the TV when I finished my homework. I switched on the TV when I finished my homework. Or you may write this. I switched on the TV after I had finished my homework. I switched on the TV after I had finished my homework. Past perfect tense. Or you may combine the sentences this way. Finishing my homework, comma, I switched on the TV. Finishing my homework, I switched on the TV. So in these three ways, you can combine these two sentences. I finished my homework, I switched on the TV. Very, very easy and very, very good and simple. Okay. Now go to the second set. ICSE question of the year 2013. First question. We had better get ready now. We had better get ready now. We may not have time to reach the airport. We may not have time to reach the airport. Now the second question. Mr. Liu has been sick. Mr. Liu has been sick. He has been so since he came back from Japan. He has been so since he came back from Japan. And the third question. The debating teams were very happy. The debating teams were very happy. Both were declared joint champions. Both were declared joint champions. The fourth question. He escaped from the prison. He escaped from the prison. He looked for a place where he could hide. He looked for a place where he could hide. These are the 4 questions. You know the way. Copy these questions in your copybooks and pause the video and do your works yourself, and when the works are done, resume the video and check your answers with my answers and discussion. You know it very well. Now see the answer. ICSE question 2013. Answers. The first question. We had better get ready now. We may not have time to reach the airport. The relation is condition and effect. The relation is here condition and effect. See the answer. We had better get ready now. Semicolon. Otherwise, we may not have time to reach the airport. You may do this way. We had better get ready now. Semicolon. Otherwise, we may not have time to reach the airport. You may write this way, you may join this way, or this way. If we do not get ready now, condition. If we do not get ready now, we may not have time to reach the airport. We may not have time to reach the airport. These two ways, you can combine these two sentences. Okay. Now see the second question. Mr. Liu has been sick. He has been so since he came back from Japan. So everything is said here. The relation is in place of so. So means he has been sick. So in place of so, if you write sick only, your two sentences will be combined into a single sentence. See the answer. Mr. Liu has been sick since he came back from Japan. See how easy it is. Mr. Liu has been sick since he came back from Japan. The answer is given within the question. You have to see it well. You have to see the questions well before you start your answer. So, Mr. Liu has been sick since he came back from Japan. Now see the third question. The debating teams were very happy. Both were declared joint champions. Find out the relation between them. The first sentence is saying the debating teams were very happy. And the second sentence is saying both were declared joint champions. So this one is the effect and this one is the cause. When they are related with this cause-effect relation, you can use as or because as the conjunction. Okay, as or because as your conjunction to join them. See the answer. The debating teams were very happy as or because both were declared joint champions. The debating teams were very happy as or because both were declared joint champions. Okay. Now see the fourth question. he escaped from the prison. He looked for a place where he could hide. Okay, see the relation. He escaped from the prison. He looked for a place. See, he looked for a place. Why? Because he escaped from the prison. Or he looked for a place where he could hide. When he escaped from the prison. The relation is here, so time and effect and cause and effect. So when cause and effect, you can use because or as to join them. When time and effect, you can use when to express the time. You know it well. So see the answer. Having escaped from the prison. Having escaped from the prison, he looked for a place where he could hide. Or he looked for a place to hide after he had escaped from the prison. He looked for a place to hide after he had escaped from the prison. So these two words you can combine your fourth question, the last question. He escaped from the prison. He looked for a place where he could hide. Okay. Now see the next question. ICSE question 2014. See the first question. He is good at gymnastics. He is good at gymnastics. His handwriting must improve. You know what to do. First copy the questions in your copybook one by one, you know. When the copying is done, pause the video and do your works. When the works are done, resume the video and check your answers with my answers and discussions. Okay. Now the first question. He is good at gymnastics. His handwriting must improve. The second question. Her grandfather gifted her a paint box. Her grandfather gifted her a paint box. He knew she was good at art. He knew she was good at art. And question number 3. Robbie fractured his arm. Robbie fractured his arm. He insisted on playing the match. He insisted on playing the match. And number 4. Mona has been ill for a month. Mona has been ill for a month. She stood first in the examination. She stood first in the examination. Okay. Now pause the video and do your works. Now see the answer. ICSE question 2014 answers. The first question. He is good at gymnastics. His handwriting must improve. That means relation is, see the relation. He is good at gymnastics, but his handwriting must improve. But here you cannot use but. So you are to use something else. So they are contrastive in relation. They are adversative in relation. So when you get this contrastive or adversative relation, you use always although or though or yet, still or nevertheless. Now see the answer. Although or though he is good at gymnastics, his handwriting must improve. This is the first answer. Or you may write this way. He is good at gymnastics, semicolon. Yet or still or nevertheless, his handwriting must improve. Okay, very easy. Now question number 2. Her grandfather gifted her a paint box. He knew she was good at art. See the relation. The relation is simply cause effect. Her grandfather gifted her a paint box. Why? Because he knew she was good at art. C. Her grandfather gifted her a paint box as or because he knew that she was good at art. That is not used always. So her grandfather gifted her a paint box as or because he knew she was good at art. Okay. Now the third question. Robbie fractured his arm. He insisted on playing the match. See the relation. He fractured his arm, yet he insisted on playing the match. The relation is contrastive or adversative. When it is so, you have learnt already, you can use although, though, yet, still, nevertheless, all these conjunctions. Now see your first answer. Although or though Ravi fractured his arm, he insisted on playing the match. Or Ravi fractured his arm, semicolon, yet, or still, or nevertheless, he insisted on playing the match. Or Ravi insisted on playing the match in spite of or despite having fractured his arm. So you have got three alternatives. The last one is Ravi insisted on playing the match in spite of or despite having fractured his arm. Okay, so these three ways you can combine. Ravi fractured his arm, he insisted on playing the match. Okay, now see the fourth question. Question number 4. Mona has been ill for a month. She stood first in the examination. See the relation. She has been ill for a month. So it was natural for her not to do good result. But she stood first in the examination. Again here, the relation is contrastive or adversative. When the relation is like this, you will use although or though or nevertheless, still or yet. Now see your first combination. Although or though Mona has been ill for a month, she stood first in the examination. Although or though Mona has been ill for a month, she stood first in the examination. Okay, or Mona has been ill for a month, semicolon, yet or still or nevertheless, she stood first in the examination. The same way, still another or. Mona stood first in the examination, despite or in spite of having been ill for a month. Mona stood first in the examination, despite or in spite of. If you use despite, don't use of after it. If you use in spite, use of after it. So despite or in spite of having been ill for a month. So these are your questions and these are your answers. They are very, very easy. Okay students, up to this today. I'll soon come back with another part of this series of lessons, joining our sentences from 20 years ICSE question papers, solve plus explanation. So stay attached, stay tuned, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. Share the video with your friends and classmates as much as you can. Thank you very much for your patience and participations. See you soon.